Hello, Libra. How are you? I hope that you're well. Happy to be back with you. I needed to take some time away, but I am here. Hello. What I'm getting for you guys, I try so hard not to do like full on just story times. What I'm getting for you guys is somebody has been crossing your boundaries. Somebody has been crossing your boundaries and kind of violating you a little bit. What did I say? Crossing your boundaries, violating your personal space. For some of you, it's like they're violating your spiritual space. And you're sick of it. At one point, you thought that this was a good person to have in your life. And as you're starting to move forward, you're recognizing that it was an illusion. That this person just brings pain into your life and they try to hold you back from moving forward. You know that you need to leave this person alone now. They're manipulative as hell. And for some of you, I get that they might do tarot on you. They might do spell work on you. It's because they see you as an empress. This is, Venus. They see you as somebody that is very nurturing. And they want to bind themselves to you, because they feel like they would be able to get something out of the connection. They want to do spells to get into your subconscious. You might be having a lot of dreams about this person. Having a dream about somebody doesn't necessarily mean that they're doing witchcraft on you. A good way to indicate that somebody's doing witchcraft on you, you'll have dreams about them and you will be scared of them. Will have a scary energy to them. The first time I found out that somebody had been doing witchcraft on me, it was a complete stranger. I started having dreams about her, like trying to claw at me. And then I found this girl later, and it was like an ex of somebody that I had a thing with. Seriously, I started having nightmares about this woman, trying to claw my eyes out. And her behavior was... without a doubt, she had been doing something to me, because she started trying to, I talked about this before. She started, dressing like me and talking like me and doing her hair like me. And it was just wearing outfits that I wore. It was, scary the way that she started to behave. And it was, I got really, really sick. And I would, this was before I had started doing tarot, but this is before I didn't really believe in witchcraft. I really didn't believe in witchcraft. There was a time in my life where that I did tarot and that I was whatever. I believed in manifesting, but I never believed that somebody would want to do witchcraft on me and that it would have any effect on me, because I don't even know you. But I would I remember I lived in a apartment building in the city. I remember sometimes I would go to take my dog on a walk, and there would be a jar of somebody had done a spell in this jar outside the back door of the apartment, and I would look at it and be what the fuck, and just walk away. And now it's oh my gosh, it took me a while to recognize what was happening. There is a way to dispose of somebody doing spells like that on you, but I would highly suggest finding somebody that knows what they're doing. You would ideally want to go to a practitioner, a shaman, somebody that's a little bit more skilled, depending on the work. If somebody's done a jinx on you, whatever, somebody's done something malefic, pretty bad, it's best not to touch the spell work. Remove the spell work if you don't know what you're doing, because sometimes you can make it worse. Those are rare occasions. There's somebody that you set a foundation with that you need to call judgment on. There's a truth that is going to be revealed to you, that you need to kind of take heed of this truth if you want to be successful. There's somebody that you feel guarded against. Could be a masculine is coming up as the Emperor. Could be an Aries. It's because you're ending cycles in your life of being backstabbed and betrayed. Things that you need to leave behind so that you can have a new beginning. I don't necessarily feel that this Aries, there's something wrong with them, but I do get that you're guarded against them. For some of you, you're guarded like financially. You might have had people use you financially in the past. So like you don't want, you're just very sensitive of like money. If you've been financially abused in the past, like if somebody starts trying to like, oh my God, I don't even want to get into it. I could tell the story times, if I ever wanted to do story times, I could do so many, just airing everybody out. And it's a possibility. It's always a possibility. Why not? You didn't care about my well-being. Why should I care? Why should I protect your, it's not like I'm going to like post this person's first and last name and tell you like where you can find them. Anyways. You need to call judgment here. For some of you, it's like there's money involved somehow. You've set the like groundwork to make money in something. You need to call judgment though. Why are we calling judgment? I want to be nosy for a second. Somebody ghosted you. Okay. You're over a situation. You're tired of dealing with the situation. It's a person you've been dealing with and they kind of mirror things back to you. They mirror if you had a bad experience with an ex, this person reminds you of that ex. The situation that you have with this person reminds you of a bad situation with an ex, and it makes you guarded towards them. For some of you, you might have even just ghosted this person. You're giving them the silent treatment. I get that you want to be vulnerable. You want to open your heart to this person, but you don't have clarity. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know what they want. I get that you have a strong bond with this person and you want something with them, but there's a backstabber involved here that's causing this person to suffer financially, or somebody's doing spell work to hurt your finances, to put you in loss, to put you in lack. For some of you, there's dark energy involved, and for some of you, this is somebody, either creating dark energy for you by spreading a lot of malicious gossip, trying to turn people against you, get people to not want to support you. Or they're doing witchcraft, which, is the same. Gossip is a form of energy manipulation. You are misleading people in a way to turn against somebody, to hurt a person's manifestations, because that does affect you. If everybody that this person gets in contact with, that they make up lies about you, or they tell one-sided stories that make you look bad and get these random people to wish harm on you, they're manifesting evil eye. And a lot of people that are very malicious and very manipulative will manifest off of other people's energies, They don't like you because you challenge their ego. You challenge their ego fears in some way. You make them feel small in some way. You trigger them in some way. So they go and turn people against you so that people, again, won't support you, will wish harm on you, will not want you in their community. You can, especially like for some of you, like a small business, you can destroy a small business by spreading lies and harm against them, I mean, like, I don't want to talk about it again. The Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial, defamation of character. She ruined his relationship with Disney. They wouldn't, with Pirates of the Caribbean, they did not renew whatever. I don't know the details. I don't care for the details. Doesn't matter. I don't have the capacity for it. But you get what I'm saying. She hurt his career by making the general public believe that he was an abusive man, that he abused her. She destroyed career opportunities. What's the difference between using your energy in a way like that to manipulate others into manifesting negative outcomes for somebody, and paying a practitioner to manifest negative outcomes for somebody? You're exerting energy. Money is energy. Gossip takes a lot of energy. It's the same thing. That's not different. That returns to you. I've explained this before. Like, I make a gossip reversal. You can return that energy to somebody. You can. Just because somebody doesn't do actual spells, words are spells. You can manifest negative outcomes for yourself just by sharing good news to people that are going to manifest bullshit for you. This happens to me all the time. I got to a point now that it's like, I don't want to talk about anything personal that I have going on because people keep manifesting bullshit for me. It's like anytime I talk about something and I'm like, this is something I'm excited about, it's bullshit. Bullshit immediately. Bad immediately, you know? It's hard being a hot girl out here. It's hard. People, and it's not even that they like wish harm, you know? Some people are just like, they're not happy in their current situation. And that's really a test. It's a Saturn test. A lot of times before you manifest something that you want, you'll notice that people around you start to manifest it. So let's say that you're trying to manifest easiest as a relationship. You want a committed relationship with somebody that is loyal, that is good to you, and that like you have a mutual appreciation. And your best friend gets into a relationship, your cousin gets engaged, your, sister is having a baby. It's like all of these reminders are around you in your face that other people have this connection that you don't. It's a test to see if you're ready for it. Because if you see somebody else get something that you want and your immediate reaction is to wish harm on that, or, think negatively of that, or I'm sure he's going to cheat on her. If that's your reaction when your friend gets into a relationship, you don't really need to find your person right now. You need to figure out where that came from. You need to figure out where that hater energy is coming from and recognize how it's manifesting lack into your life. If your focus is lack, you're going to manifest more lack. If you're happy for people and you're excited that, instead of, oh, I'm losing my best friend to this person, I hope that this is a good partner for them so that we can force them to hang out with us. I just had this conversation with one of my, friends. We've done this thing, we've been friends for, her and I personally have been friends since we were 5 years old. We've been friends for long periods of time. And we have this thing that when we meet somebody new that we like, we're like, can we bring them into this group? And we will collect people, and we've slowly added to our group over time, and people come and go. But that's always I was talking to her and I was like, wouldn't it be cool if we found somebody that could actually be friends and then we could hang out as friends? That's my thing. That's my thought process is I hope that one, they're good for my friend, and I hope that they're cool and we can all hang out with them. My thought process has never been fuck them. And if it is, that's why I've talked about this around Valentine's Day a lot. People that if you are one of those people, and it's fine if you're triggered, but I don't think that you should be one of those people that thinks it's funny to make jokes about oh, I'm going to go up to a happy couple at a restaurant and ask him why he didn't call me back. Hee hee ha ha. What within you makes you want to sabotage other people's happiness? Because that's exactly why you're still single. And that's exactly why you're bitter. You're bitter about being single. You can manifest it, We've got to move on. You're going to get what you wished for. Somebody's wanting to move towards you and there's communication coming in, but you were so anxious and you're holding back, or you're holding on to something that you don't need to. For a lot of you, you're holding on to something that's not serving you, and it's because it's for some of you, it's pride and ego, because there's a Leo placement here. There's Leo, Sag, Aries. things are fated and they're coming in for you, but it requires you to heal enough to be the type of person that can receive them. There's cycles of being hurt by others that are ending in your life, but it's requiring you to kind of find your inner strength here to overcome the ending of these cycles. You know, a lot of times a cycle will repeat itself when we've thought that we've closed it out. We thought that this was over. Will repeat itself to show us, test us if we are really done with that, you know? How many people like get into a relationship and then like your ex comes running back, or you meet somebody new and your ex comes running back? Typically, that's the universe testing you. Are you really ready for this, you know, healthy relationship you've been trying to manifest, or are you going to run back to your ex? Somebody's holding on to the past. It's the Libra is holding on to the past. Justice is after that. For some of you, it's like you want justice in a situation, and it's causing you to not everybody that you meet, Libra, is going to be in your life forever. Sometimes people come into your life to teach you what you don't want. Sometimes people come into your life to teach you how to let go. They come into your life to teach you that you have to, you know, there's a difference between potential and reality. And sometimes what you think that you want, you don't really want. Like, have you ever really focused on somebody and thought that they were a good person to have in your life, thought that, you know, this would be your person, and then you get around them and you're like, I don't like your personality. You know, have you ever like had a crush on somebody and then you actually spend time with them and like you're really like, oh God, I don't like their sense of humor. Like they make, like, it's that whole like, oh, they're a 10 but they do this. Like, yeah, they're a 10 but like they make racist jokes with their friends, and it's like, oh no, that's not happening. You know, they think like, doesn't matter. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes that happens just to show you that, like, just because somebody looks the part doesn't mean that they are. And sometimes people playing the part appear better than somebody that is genuinely that, because most people you got to get to know over time, you know? Not everybody is like amazing at marketing themselves, and that's kind of what dating is, especially, is like a marketing process. That's what online dating is like you have a catalog of people in front of you and you have to know how to market yourself. Some people are just very good at marketing themselves, and then like when you meet them in person, it's like, this is terrible. Sometimes, you know, you like a person from afar, but you have to recognize that you've idolized them or you've projected some sort of like ideal onto them. It's a problem with tarot. Well, tarot says that they have feelings for me and they're going to come back. They could come back to waste your time. A lot of times they do. A lot of times them coming back is them coming back to test you if you're still going to tolerate their bullshit. It doesn't mean that they're coming back a brand new person. Doesn't mean that they're coming back ready to love you. Doesn't mean that they've suddenly recognized your worth and they're ready to come back. Most of the time they're coming back is this person's coming back to mess with you. Just because somebody has feelings for you doesn't mean that they're capable of providing you with a stable, healthy relationship. Doesn't mean that they're able to meet your needs. You can have like an amazing connection with somebody and it's not meant to be a romantic connection. Sometimes it's just like, this is like somebody that could be a friend to you. Or sometimes it's somebody to love from far away. Far, far away. Somebody has been playing dumb with you. Well, it's not that they're playing dumb. It's that, because this gives me like waving the white flag. You've been at odds with someone. But there's a conflict resolution coming. They miss you. They think about you a lot. They reminisce on the time that you had together. But again, it's like you had to evolve to be able to accept this person. When they first came into your life, when they first manifested into your life, there were things that were in the way. Either, in the way of your clarity on a situation, or there were relationships that needed to be removed from your life so that you could move forward. There were people that were influencing you negatively. There were illusions that were blocking the truth in a situation, and it was blocking a genuine connection. Like I said, somebody that is going above and beyond to play the part of a perfect partner will often catch your eye before somebody that could be if you gave them a chance, Really, that's why people that are narcissistic thrive on dating apps, because it's all about like first impressions. It's all about making a connection. Narcissists are very good at making you feel close and connected to them in a very short period of time. They're everybody's soulmate because they learn what it is that you want. They learn what it is that makes you who you are early, and then they start to mirror that back to you. They start to transform into your favorite person. Some of you are anxious because you're not sure if somebody is, the real deal or not, because you've had these situations in the past. You've dealt with manipulative people in the past. You've dealt with people that recognize your worth, but want to put you into like a mommy role for them, want you to cater to them, and want to bind themselves to you through soul ties. So understandably, you don't know. This is, I have to do this sometime. I don't know if I should tell that story. This is something that I talked to my guides about last summer. I went through a very profound spiritual experience, and they talked to me about reality testing. Sometimes it's good to bounce what's going on in your reality off of somebody that you can trust. And this is where you don't reality test with somebody that is, cold and manipulative and trying to get one over on you. Someone that creates illusions in your life. This is why it's good. Most people that are in abusive relationships, you don't tell other people what's going on because one, you're embarrassed, you're usually scared, and you're in denial that what's happening is so bad. That's why when people get out of abusive relationships and you share the real stories, what was going on, people around you are horrified. It's because you were gaslit by your person, your abuser, and you end up gaslighting yourself just trying to find peace in a bad situation. Reality testing. I recommend it. You have to know who you're bouncing off of, though. You have to go to somebody that you can trust and somebody with a level head. I have certain friends that have level heads, and when I am in a state of panic, I'm in a state of, I don't know if I'm okay right now, I will check in with them, and they're good at stabilizing my energy. And I do that for people all the time too. But I'm a human, and sometimes I need people to do that for me. And I have my people that do that for me. I think that it's important. Because a lot of times, especially when you're dealing in a situation with somebody that's not treating you well, not valuing you, but there's a part of you that wants to hold on in hopes that, especially when you're playing into codependent behavior, you hold on for hopes that it's going to get better. They're going to change. They're going to finally do what they said they were going to do. You don't share what's going on with other people. I think that it's important to share what's happening in your world with other people that you can trust and that will, keep your secrets, tell you the truth, not pander to you. It's good to have people like that in your life just to make sure, am I being crazy right now? I literally have friends that I will, I will be like, okay, am I being crazy? Am I making a situation out of nothing? Or do I have a legitimate reason to be upset right now? and I will tell them what's going on with me. And I have had friends be like, you need to chill out. You are absolutely doing too much right now. Yeah. And I have some friends that like don't even acknowledge that I'm being crazy. They just kind of like, you know, vibe with me in that moment, and they stabilize my energy. I think that it's important. I think that it's really important if you've been through situations where people have gaslit you, like I said, because you start to get to where you don't trust yourself and you don't trust your gut instincts. So your gut will tell you something is wrong, something's not right, I need to act, I need to do something. You know, the fight or flight is triggered. And sometimes it can be that it's a trigger that's triggering that, and it's not a real situation that's causing these feelings. It's, you know, a past situation. You're being reminded of something in the past, and you're projecting that onto this current situation and working yourself up. And sometimes it's, no, this is exactly what you experienced before, and you need to take heed. You know, there's this whole connection here, but it's a casual relationship. Somebody has bad influences around them that influence them not to show you their true emotions, and they regret doing that because for some of you, it's put them in a negative vibration to where somebody might even have witchcraft. I don't know. They're starting to recognize that they need to clean up their life a little bit because they care so much about their image that they're maintaining harmful connections. It's not even that this person has people in their life that aren't like good for them. It's like they're harming them. You're so anxious about repeating an old cycle, but you're starting a new one. Social media, something's happening on social media. Somebody might be posting something on social media. With the illusion card, game over. There might have been somebody that was using social media to manipulate you in some way, and that's ended. What is this here? Yeah, you see through it now. You're recognizing that this person is just codependent and has an unhealthy attachment with you. Sometimes it really does take somebody coming back around for you to recognize that this is not a healthy connection for either of us. And I think that when that happens, you can be sad and mourn the connection, but a lot of times that happens and you feel free from it. I think that that's the problem with tarot. That's the problem with the spiritual community, is that people get addicted to it and they start to over rely on tarot and don't actually just live their lives and feel into their own feelings, you know? So you get fixated on somebody and you keep watching tarot readings that tell you this person is coming back. This person does have feelings for you. They're not saying their true feelings. This person does have feelings for you, but it's an unhealthy attachment that they have for you, you know? So they're coming back, but they're not coming back in a sense that this is going to magically transform into a healthy connection. This is not healthy. And for some of you, it's like you play games with each other on social media. You play games with each other. So you intentionally post things to get at the other person, to get a reaction out of the other person, to, you know, speak for you in this connection. And it's just not healthy for either of you. This person is not capable. They're not capable of emotionally giving you what you need. Yeah, you've got to just surrender it. For some of you, they try to manipulate you into having like casual sex with them. That's really what it is. It's like, yeah, there is a soul connection here. Yeah, they do have feelings for you in some sense, but they're not going to be in a commitment with you. It's an unhealthy connection you two have, and you've had this illusion that it's going to be something more than it really is. I don't think that they're really capable of offering you a commitment that you're looking for. This person is not emotionally there. They might not be emotionally mature enough to offer anything other than casual sex. They might like the attention that they get out of this, like, You know, maybe when they want your attention, they go like a lot of your stuff on social media. Maybe, you know, you post photos to get their attention. They post photos to get your attention. Posting songs that are meant to, you know, trigger the other person. It's a very immature energy here, and it's really not going to go anywhere. I think that you just kind of have to recognize that this person that you're dealing with, it might be that they're not really looking for a partner. They're kind of looking for, like, you know, they might have some mommy issues, honestly, Libra. They might have mommy issues, and whatever about you, you have a nurturing spirit that they enjoy, but it's I don't see this going anywhere, you know? It's not going anywhere. It's an unhealthy connection for both of you because there's a codependency there where you over-rely on each other and not in a healthy way. It's like you rely on each other in a way that handicaps. Because if this is somebody that you have a connection with, but it's not going to go anywhere, what does holding on to this person really do other than keep you from getting into a healthy connection, you know? What does it really do other than sabotaging a new connection because you're trying to see if, you know, this person's going to view your story or not? Yeah, I'm really getting that you two play games on social media. You and this past person play games on social media too much. You got to get back out there. They're always going to be posting stuff to pull at your heartstrings, to breadcrumb you. They breadcrumb you through social media in some way. You just need to get back out there and kind of let this situation end. You're going to get to a point that you're not interested in them. Something's going to happen. There's a tower here coming that is going to waken you to this past person is not who they say they are. You give too much of your time and energy trying to work things out with them when you really just need to focus more on your personal stability. Especially, like, I'm getting this person, there's drama. There's drama with this person. It might be that, you know, they've led you, because you're shifting a timeline. This person leads you on. They're not ready for a real connection, but they're not wanting to let you go. So they put you in a position where you wait and you wait and you wait and you don't move towards anybody else. What's the song? It's an Arctic Monkeys song where it says, I think it's the song Do I Want to Know? And they say, like, maybe, I can't remember what it is. I would have to, like, sing it in my head to get to it. But it's like, maybe I'm so busy being yours that, like, that's, you know, I'm not able to meet anybody else. You're not available. You're single, but you're not available because this person breadcrumbs you through, like, yeah, you have to follow your intuition. They have addictions they need to work through. They're a risky, impulsive person, and yeah, they're karmic for you. They came into your life to teach you a lesson. And for some of you, the lesson really is that you need to focus more on your financial health. And for some of you, you need to make better choices like physical health. Because you have some bad habits that you're clinging to, and it's affecting your independence. And ultimately, that hurts your confidence. Because when you're not independent, you have to rely on other people. That doesn't make you feel good. It puts you, if you have to rely on other people to make you feel okay, it puts you where you're not able to stabilize yourself. And it's normal to, like, need connection. It's normal to find comfort in connection. You should have supportive people in your life. That's one of, like, the biggest indicators if somebody, like, has mental health problems, if they experience depression. One of the biggest indicators of somebody of suicidal ideation versus, like, the act is a support system. Most people that are depressive, that converge into suicidal, if they have a strong support system, that gives them a reason not to follow through. If somebody feels completely alone, like they don't have a support system, then they're more likely to do something like that because they don't have a reason. They don't feel like they have a reason not to, you know? Like a lot of people, and I don't want to put it that, like, I don't want to put it this way. because it can come off the wrong way. It's not what I mean. A lot of people will say that like I was really not, I didn't like myself until I had a child, and having that child made me want to get my life together, made me want to, and that's why I'm saying I'm not saying that you should have a kid because your life is in shambles and they're going to magically fix it, because that's really like, how often does that happen? A lot of times your life is still in shambles and you have the burden, financial burden. Children are fucking expensive. That's a lot of time. That's a lot of energy. That's another human being that you're responsible for. Not in any way saying if you're having a bad time right now, get a kid, make a baby. That's not what I'm advocating for. I'm saying that you have a lot of parents will say, I felt like, what helped me get sober, what helped me get my life together was like the first time I held my child, I recognized that I was living for more than just me, Connection is really important. It's very important. But it shouldn't be that you have to have, a constant connection with somebody to be okay. That's a Libra trait, very much, because you rule the notification on my phone. You rule the house of partnership. It's a lot of Libras have a hard time being alone, being self-sufficient, because you thrive in partnerships. You need to be able to, I'm redoing my office. There's stuff under my desk I'm kicking on accident. You need to be able to be alone sometimes and like who you are when you're with yourself. I really love being alone. I love being by myself. I'm really I can sit and just giggle by myself and just I talk to my guides sometimes, but I can really entertain myself, have the best time just being alone. So because I really like being alone, I know when I have another person with me, it's because I enjoy their presence and I want to be around them, not because I need somebody to be around me because I don't like to be alone, because I really do genuinely like to be alone. I love to be alone. I love to nap. I love to chill. I love to sit outside in the sunshine by myself with my dogs around me. That's stuff that I like to do, and it centers my energy. So if I'm hanging out with somebody, again, it's because I genuinely want to be there and I want the connection, not because I need it. And that was a big shift for me personally. When I was younger, I used to really feel like I needed a romantic relationship. And what really helped me personally be able to get out of a very, very toxic abuse cycle in relationships where I kept getting involved with people that were abusive towards me is I recognized that I don't have to have somebody all the time. I can be single. And the first few months of being single after basically just having somebody all the time was really, really hard for me, because I remember just crying a lot. I cried a lot. It felt physically painful sometimes, just dealing with the shadow work, dealing with trying to feel my emotions instead of repressing them. Or a lot of people hop into a new relationship to get over an old relationship. That's not really healthy. That's really not healthy, because you're not dealing with whatever transpired in the last relationship. You're bringing that energy into a new connection. If your last person cheated on you and you hop into a brand new relationship, you're going to assume this person is cheating on you, and you're going to treat them as if they're cheating on you. And, or you're going to be so desperate that you need somebody that you ignore all the red flags that this person is cheating too. Anyways, step one in your healing process of being codependent is learning how to be alone and self-soothing alone. And it's honestly you're still going to have bad days. I have been healing for years and actively healing, working intentionally to heal myself and helping other people heal too, which has been a very healing process, that in itself. I have bad days, I have bad days sometimes where I really have a meltdown and I've got to go into my cave and get myself together. And that takes time to be able to self-soothe and to recognize when you are not okay emotionally and not seek out partnership to distract from that. But there comes a point as well when you've been on the healing process that you've got to kind of let go of this hyper independence. I don't want to let anybody near me because they might hurt me again. And you learn how to be in a connection, and this time a healthy one, which they often say the first healthy relationship after a toxic relationship is the hardest, because you kind of have to unlearn everything from your past and relearn something new. But wouldn't you rather relearn how to be in a healthy, loving connection with somebody that you genuinely want to be with and that makes you happy and that brings out the best in you, not somebody that this is the first person that showed interest in me after I got out of a bad relationship, so now this is my person until somebody new shows interest in me? That's not a good place to be, and it puts you at a disadvantage, and it puts you in a position to where people can really take advantage of you and use that looking past the red flags, trying to see the best in them against you in a way that is harmful. So anyways, that is your reading, Libra. I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.